Welcome back, everybody, to 48 Talk Sousenkyo special. This is part 2, so if you want part 1, watch part 1 first. Otherwise, you don't know why we're doing this. But yeah, let's continue then our talk. So we covered Undergirls. Before we go to Senbatsu, we need to cover this. This is like... This even blew away what happened to number 1 and 2. So, I'm gonna let Derek take it away, and we'll fill in.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is why we have to have a part 2 because I'm about to go off. But at the same time, let me just say first of all, Sutorika is somebody who I think is very well respected and loved in the NMB community and AKB's 48 community overall. She's gorgeous. She's a philosopher type. She says whatever comes to her mind. She does not care. She's never been strapped down by rules. She certainly has said some things that have gotten her a lot of enemies, though. At the same time, despite being loved by so many, I will give props to her for many things that she's done. I'm not sure I can give her props for this, but I'm also on the fence. Let me explain everything for those of you that don't know, or you just need a little bit more of an overview. First of all, she comes on and she gives her speech and Tokumitsu's there, and she says, thank you, blah, 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 the usual stuff. Thank you to the fans for putting me, in the spot. I'm very happy, which, to be honest, is an incredible spot to be in. I mean, you're talking at 31,000 votes, 20th place. 20th place, she beat out so many people. Very huge accomplishment, when you guys say. So, I mean, 24 spots she jumped, I believe, is what the final count was.
Yeah.
But then, out of nowhere, she starts saying stuff that she's getting married. And at first, everybody's laughing. Kekushimasu. And she and people were like, even Tokumitsu's like, huh? Right?
Yeah. At that point, watching the Sign stream and the Yukino stream, and it got very derailed. So at first they're like, what's happening? You're getting married to NMB? And they didn't understand. It's like it didn't follow up. So Tokumitsu was asking that. And go ahead, Derek.
No, thank you for the clarification. So basically, everybody was thinking that she's trolling us. It's going to be a troll bigger than Koji Haru's troll, a couple years ago, and everybody's kind of expecting it because it's Riripon. I mean, she is just wacko. She's in another dimension, and in a good way, and in a totally good way, because that's why I like her. But then she keeps getting more and more serious. And Tokumitsu keeps asking her, wait, do you understand what you're saying? Which at that point I was actually laughing because I'm like, oh, Riripon's got us. But then...
Same as Oya standing next to her.
Oh, yeah. Oya was sitting there holding her trophy like, okay, girl, anyways. But turns out she wasn't joking. And she kept trying to tell us all throughout the course of her 6-minute something or 5-minute something speech, I'm not joking. I'm really serious. I met somebody who I love. Now, let's get a little bit of the mythology surrounding this, because at this point, everybody was freaking out. Everybody all over the world who watched. The girls in the auditorium standing on their feet. Mayu's reaction was probably the best. Because she looked like she was doing hard chemistry equations in her head.
I've seen that picture.
Or who's the one girl that had that face?
Yeah, I don't know, something, but
I forget her. But
Yukino also was, getting insane. On that showroom part, she was just yelling out, "Yabai, yabai."
Yeah. And then Saine was confused.
Well, Saine at one point, I'm sorry, I'm going to take it over a little bit.
No, please, take it.
So I watched the whole stream with Saine and with Yukino. Saine was on her phone and she was sending out a message, but they were continuing on. So the moment happened and everyone started to realize, everyone in showroom chat like, Gecko des, getting married. And at one point she's like, more, and she just throws her phone away and she's mad. Alright, I'm gonna focus right now on the Senbatsu. I want to see what NMB members are there, and then I'll deal with this later, because no one knew this was going to happen. Not staff, not management, not side, like that. And Yukino was like, the members were like joking, like omedetou, and Yukino was like, omedetou janai. It's like, no, don't be happy for her. This is wrong. And then to pan out to the next one who was going to speak, Minigishi Minami, of all people.
Of all people.
And she was like, what the hell did you just do? This just destroyed the whole mood of the night. We were sitting at the couch and I was like, what? And we were just... I was blown away. And we needed actually a break. We took a break. We walked around for like an hour to just relax on this moment.
And to discuss for what just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me and DX were in the chat. Yeah, no, thank you. Me and DX were in the chat. Like, we were, everybody in the chat, like my whole chat group, it exploded. Just was an explosion. Yep. And like we were all freaking the F out. And I was curious about you two. I'm sure at one point our lovely intro in part one, that's one of the part is that you guys on going, wow, like
no, a stunt, I would say. The one
it was stunt, it was more stunt. Now we are actually serious. When that happened, we shut off the thing we were watching and we went out for a walk. We were just like, we need some fresh air. Got some pizza, delicious pizza.
Good pizza.
Good pizza. and then we came back and we're still like, okay, let's do this.
Was it Domino's Pizza?
Yes, it was Domino's Pizza.
Domino's Pizza.
Inside joke. Okay, so
sponsor us, Domino's Pizza, please.
Sponsor us, please.
No.
Love you. No. Okay, so Riripon just derailed everything, as if the Sousenkyo could not have been more derailed this night. Could have been not more a tragic comedy of sorts. Then it becomes surreal, as the only way that Riripon could take us into that world. But there's a little bit of mythology around this now. Now, first of all, people were saying it's a medical person. People were saying it's somebody that helped with a sick family member. Then everybody started weighing in. Juri sort of just came out of nowhere. Takashi Juri just came out and just flat out, basically, I think, in so many words, condemned her. Nachan was a little more graceful, but still also was like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Takamina weighed in and was basically also kind of being very neutral, but at the same time you could tell she's like, what are you doing? Yuko, I think, has the best reaction because she had her big F, you know.
F, yeah.
Which I thought, I guarantee that was intentional, and that's the only way that the smart Yuko Oshima can do. Just one after another, you see people reacting, but now, first of all, today it is 4:30 in the morning on the 19th, which means I believe Riripon still has not given the announcement because she said she was going to discuss this, correct?
Yeah, she wants to discuss it with staff members like adults, because she wants to, explain her details further. Now, this gives me a few ideas, so do you mind if I talk for a bit, Derek?
Please, no, please.
Okay, first off, damage control. This is more because we're involving the love ban again, and this is a topic that's been going on since the start of it. This is always a touchy subject. This is always a problem what we do. And the thing is, personally, and we talked about this, the love ban, I don't really care that much if they're in a relationship. Personally, I do get the fact that I don't agree with her actions because it's unfair to the rest of the members in the group. You did something that's even way worse than just hang out with a date, or like the scandals Shukan Bushun is doing, like the scoop they had. This is like a whole step beyond, and you just pissed off so many of your peers, so many of your members. Like, what did you just do? You're taking this rank, then you're gonna announce it to, like, when another member in this group should deserve this spot more than you right now. And that's the idea behind it. So the backlash to this is way worse. And she said, like, I'm not an idol, I am a person. Or like, okay, good for you that you're a person. But the moment you step into AKB, the moment you do that audition, you know what the rules are. And that's what the love ban is currently. It's like, you're not forced to not date, but when you do, also know it's like, well, your breach of contract, bye-bye, it's time to leave. That's the whole idea. You get this, this fame, fortune, everything, be on TV, meet lots of people, but you have to sacrifice a bit, and this involves, a relationship. And she flat out said, like, no, I don't care. I fell in love. I'm a human. I'm a philosopher. Screw the rules. And that's what I don't agree with this.
Well, it is in keeping with Ruripon's nature from the very beginning of her being in the AKB48 group. So in a way, it isn't shocking in that sense. But what is shocking is, again, to continue on with like the backlash and stuff. I mean, we're seeing, for example, somebody put up on Facebook, a fan, I believe, of just the boxes and boxes of CDs he bought for Ruripon. And now I'm thinking, my God, forget your peers. What about your fans that put you there, that spent all this money to see you on stage? How could you do that to them?
3 million yen, right? For that one guy.
Yeah, he spent 3 million yen. Yeah.
I don't know if he's sarcastic or he's still happy for her. But he's like, I paid for your wedding presents, he said. Basically,
and then on top of that, there's an overall huge anger. I think today, I saw on the news in Japan, the AKB cafe was vandalized. Somebody threw a rock, I think, through the window. Yes, yeah, I found it. Because of what happened, I believe. Because people are really upset about this because it sort of really flies in the face of everything the idol culture represents. Now, you can look at it like that. Also, I mean, and just to put it out even further, Akipi, I think, was talked about, and he said, oh, that was interesting. That was cool. Like, I can't believe she announced marriage. Like, he said, that was so interesting. It's like, Akipi, you need to have a little bit more of a firm comment here because your group is getting out of freaking control.
Yeah.
Now, this is one way to look at it. Another way is to look at it is that she won up to everyone, including Busan, because she's like, oh, you got a scandal on me? And she knew about it, and she's like, I beat you to it.
And that was the fun part. That wasn't even the Sousenkyo scandal Busan was talking about. That was the one about Tano Yuka meeting a guy.
Which isn't even a scandal.
It isn't even a scandal.
I mean, come on. She's not even holding hands. I'm not even going to dignify that one.
Yeah.
Like we talked about prior to even starting this, it's just... Tano's cool. Like I don't think she would stoop that low. But anyways, it's just, here's the thing. This is now caused this to be the big topic of the Sousenkyo. Never mind the amazing victory by who got first. Never mind the historically just sad graduation announcement that's we're going to talk about. This is what the Sousenkyo is going to be remembered for.
Yeah.
An idol announced marriage on national television, in front
it was
of
Fuji TV
people.
as well. They actually started the broadcast with that.
I started thinking, okay, first of all, like this dude, whoever he is, like, what about his family? What are they feeling right now? What about Ruripon's family? What are they feeling? What about the fact that all your fans, you just basically took your hand and collectively went right over their faces? I
would pay to see that.
I would too. I'd pay to see just about anything with Ruripon in it. Here's the thing. I still love her. I'm disappointed in her actions, the way she went about it. I'm happy she found love. I'm happy she wants to get married. I wish she would have did it correctly. Graduate and then go about your business. Don't steal Sousenkyo and make that your grandiose stage because of why? Your ego. Why did you do that? And maybe because, like I said, she wanted to one-up, Busan and thinking that was the scandal, and she beat them. If that's the case, props to you, Suto, for beating him to it. At least there was some good to come out of it. But here's the problem, and this is what I really want to say. I support the love band. I think it's important. I think that it's important for the whole ideology that goes into the idol world, the Japanese psyche, and basically why Japanese fans do what they do for the idols. It just works. It's an unofficial rule in the contract. There's actually nowhere in the contract that says it, or accordingly, well, we don't know, but according to everyone, it's not there. However, we all know the rules. We all know what happens to members that break the rules. To understand that Ruripon is basically saying, look, I don't think this should apply. I'm a human first. It was very brave of her. I mean, again, I still love this girl. I still very much love Ruripon. I will always love her. She's one of my most favorite members ever. But it just broke my heart. Broke my heart for the fact that she broke all her fans' hearts. Broke my heart for the fact that this night should not have been about her.
Yeah.
It should have been about, what Sashi did, for crying out loud, what Mayu did, and it wasn't. Now it's going to be remembered about the girl who said, screw the idol world, I'm not an idol, I'm a girl in love, and let's make this the next J drama that we're going to write in a year, and that's going to be that. And that's what I have a problem with. Not the fact that she found love. If you found love, good for you. Seriously, good for you. I'm happy. And if it's somebody who took care of a family member and you found love, that breaks that's the feels right here. But not in this way, girl. You don't come on and just, you don't do it. You just don't. And I'm with Juri on this. I'm with Nachan. I'm with Takamina that you're entering into a world where the love band means something. It doesn't mean anything to Westerners. Yeah, Westerners will never get it. But I think if you're Japanese, I'm not Japanese, but we all watch this enough. We understand it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna be an AKB, make AKB your husband. Make AKB your wife.
It's the commitment.
Make AKB. It's the commitment, man. Look at Jurina. Jurina even said it in the documentary once. Like, I got time later for love. I'm young.
Shinoda Mariko says as well. It feels like it's not fate that I meet a person while I'm in AKB. I'll meet my fated person after AKB. The thing is, though... Hold on. Okay.
One more thing. Then there's a rumor going on that I found online in Japan News. This is just a rumor, so we don't have to spend time on it. She's pregnant. And this is also why this is being said. It's actually gaining some traction. So there could be that too, which would be a huge first. AKB member gets pregnant while in AKB. Don't really want to go into that, but I swear to God, I saw it on at least like several different news threads. This is just getting crazier and crazier by the day.
This is so funny because we were actually joking about that yesterday, but that's actually
it might not be a joke, guys.
It's actually, if that's a rumor, that's amazing.
All right, a couple of things then. So, first of all, I found it also coincident and kind of funny that when she announced it, the people standing in line to have her next speeches were the Minigishi Minui and Kaori, who both had, a somewhat scandal. Funny thing also happened with Showroom. Every member, after they got their awards, they went to Yukirin and then talked. The moment Yukirin saw Riripon enter, she's like, yabai, Kairu, go away. She's like, she was really not in the mood to meet Riripon.
She was pissed.
Yeah, she was actually. This is now a very bad situation. So they talked with her, and she's like, "I'll talk about the details later at a later day because I want to talk with staff." And she knows she's like, "Oh, I think I made an oopsie."
Yeah, but Karen has room to talk, so I don't even want to hear it about her. And she's my Kamiyoshi, but still, she got room to say anything. I don't think she has anything to say.
Yeah,
but anyway,
this is
different.
This is an oopsie of nuclear level.
Yeah.
No, true.
Other thing though, the idea that she does this is maybe she also has in her mind, because she studied philosophy and thinks about the bigger picture. Maybe she's like, I'm using this sacrifice to change the love ban or change the idea of, because we're going too much to idols. We live now in a world where we should focus on humans, and that's what she was saying. I'm not an idol, I'm a human. And that's the idea. Maybe this is all the start of something she's trying to change. Less being focused on love band, less being members not, being attacked by Shukan Bushung just standing with a guy on the street. Not having your brother or father on Showroom because that's not allowed, because that's a male. It's past thinking, and for Western audience, we're like, I don't care, just show your lover on screen, I'll still support you. For Japanese standard, they live in the past, I would say, and that's why we always have this discussion of love ban, because it's an outdated idea, I would say. Maybe this is her thinking, maybe this is the start of something greater. And this also came into my mind, or it's just something out of left field, maybe this is a dokiri.
Oh, that would be insane. That would be the dokiri to end them all.
Yes,
seriously,
because
to end them all.
Remember Mecha Ike with Takamina, the dokiri.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
How about taking that to a new level? They're like, we haven't done anything with AKB in a while. Let's do this dokiri. Okay, who's a member they would never expect it? And then they find out through all these lists and technical. They go to Riripon, and then Riripon is like, all right, you sure this is very dangerous? And maybe she took the job eventually. Who knows? Maybe this is a dokiri. That is like, later she'll do the announcement, and then you see like Yabe and the short guy like, haha. The world will be like the biggest you'll hear.
If that happens, I will just watch that broadcast and I'll be only doing this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'll only be
too.
clapping.
Okay, but two things, Robin. What you said. Number one, Riripon didn't make her speech about changing the idol culture. If she had said something like that, then I could give credence to what you're saying. Maybe she can spin it to that to save face
She's
later.
a martyr.
Or if she's a martyr. Yeah. If she even cares at this point, because again, she's always been the idol that does whatever she wants and doesn't care what anyone thinks. So I don't really think she's gonna care at the end. But you could use this as a topic of discussion to change the whole concept, of course. Will that happen? That's another thing that could come out of this that could actually turn this into a positive thing. Again, I support the love band for what, in terms of the work value, that I think the girls in AKB should be focused on AKB, but that's it. I also don't have a problem if they do have lovers, as long as you keep it discreet, it doesn't interfere with work, go have fun and enjoy yourself, or if you want to get married, maybe graduate first. But that brings up the second point. Rearpon didn't announce graduation.
No,
she did.
She's gonna fight this. She doesn't want to leave, so that's also interesting.
So that brings up a whole other thing about this. And if it is a Dokiri, then it would make sense she didn't announce graduation. But I think the Dokiri time window is getting too far for it to be a Dokiri, and then it's going to be more like.
It's got to be finished this week. That's
yeah, or else it's not going to be funny anymore. It's going to be like, you're pretty messed up for screwing with us, and now
we're waiting for that news report. That audience she's asking to explain her actions. We have to wait for that till we finally can judge this.
Right.
My biggest problem is, though, if this not is a Dokiri, I'm still hoping it's a Dokiri, because then we would be like, oh, you got us good, haha.
Yeah.
We still have problems that we have to fix. Thank you for pointing them out. Right. But if this is not a Dokiri, her actions are just so severe. Even if we are like, no, okay, love band change, you can still be with the group or whatever, she'll never reach that rank again. She'll never be used again. Her peers will be like, I don't want to even talk with you anymore. You've betrayed us. What? Go ahead, Gino.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the repercussions will be. Will they just forcefully fire her, or will they just be like, okay, we're not going to put you in any more shows, we're not going to put you in any more music, we're not going to push you anymore, no more commercials, just she will fade into obscurity.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting fact about AKB. There has only, I believe, been one girl who's ever been fired. It was a girl way back in, I think, the 2005 era, and it was because I think she was drunk on stage or something. Yeah. I forget her name. Yeah. But no girl has ever been fired from AKB for breaking the love band. They have all willfully retired on their own accord after being, of course, talked to. But they have all
pressured.
Yeah, they've all been pressured. But they've never been fired. Never. This could be the first. And that's the thing. If she does get fired, is it a human rights violation? Japan's not exactly the highest in the world when it comes to human rights, especially women's rights.
Yeah.
But I will say, this could tread into some very discussions.
And she knows
about,
that.
Yeah. And she knows this. But this is why this depressed me, and why I think this could not necessarily be a good thing. I don't want AKB to be about this. I don't want the next year to be a Rearcon discussion. No. I want to look forward to the Junkin. I want to look forward to great concerts. I don't want this to dominate everything. And right now, it's still on fire. Will it die down? We're going to see, depending on her announcement and what happens.
I get her actions. I get why she does it. I get why, because she loves NMB, and it's like, but it's so unfair to the other members, and that is more severe than you getting married. There is so much history in AKB. A lot of members, I can't date this guy I like. I can't meet this one because I'm focused on the group. That's what Juri and Nana were talking about. They are so passionate. They don't, I don't care about love. I care about the fans. I care about AKB48. That's their goal. That's their life. That's their focus. And they accept it, no relationships, no this. Why does she get to do it? And if she gets away with it, that's also the mindset. Oh, she's not graduating or like this.
She will not.
Yeah.
She will not get away with this.
Nope. No.
There is a girl in AKB you might know named Masuda Yuka.
Oh, Masuda. Oh man.
Was an absolutely phenomenal team member of Yuko Oshima's. She was an absolutely phenomenal singer.
Diva.
Probably she was one of the second, if not maybe the second greatest singer AKB has ever had, next to Wasserman. And honestly, she didn't even necessarily do anything too majorly wrong. She got busted, and she had to give up her spot, and she did. She on the documentary, we all seen her say, what, to set it straight for all my peers, I will let them know this is what happens. I will graduate AKB. She didn't have to, but she did. She set it straight. Rearpon needs to go back and watch that documentary. Yeah, all these girls do, because honestly, I'm sorry, I don't want to compare idols, but Yuka, Rearpon, there is no comparison. Yuka, I mean, Rirpon has her own charm. She's lovable. I love her to death. But Yuka was seriously lived up to the name diva. She really did. And even now today, she's killing it with her own singles and whatnot. But the point is, that girl had to leave AKB. Who the hell are you to do what you did? Seriously, and to announce marriage on top of it. It's not just a scandal. You're saying you're getting married, possibly pregnant. I just, where's your sense, girl? And again, I love you, Rirpon. I love you, but where is your sense?
You screwed up big time. That's the whole thing. And that moment changed the whole night for me. That, like I said, was the whole everything. And that's my biggest problem. I'm gonna repeat myself again. It's like not the fact you're doing this. You're a person. Of course you're a person. You're allowed to be happy. But you're not alone in the group. There are 380 more of your peers in this group. And you all share the same house. And you broke the house rules, I would say.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem. You betrayed everyone in the tiny group. And that's what Sayane was. He's like, I didn't even know about this. None of them knew. Not even one of their best friends, maybe. You know, you work together for so many years. You know, information. If something big happens, you know, hey, I have this problem. Talk to me. You know, how are you? What you're doing? What's your deal? She didn't talk to anyone, and that's the biggest betrayal. That's why she's not getting away with this. Because even though if they fix everything, I don't know, she's now, oh, everything's fixed, everything's fine. The members will be still like, I can't trust you anymore. Because you betrayed me, you stabbed me in the back.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a huge pair to stand there and do this all on your own. I'll give you that, but at the same time, I don't really know if it was the right time and right place. And honestly, this all reminds me seriously of like Game of Thrones Red Wedding. Like I felt I was watching the Red Wedding. Honestly, that's the same feeling of sickness and sadness I felt.
I want someone now to if anyone listening and can edit or something, the song they use in the Red Wedding.
Rage of Castamere, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, and then just her announcement saying Keko, and you just hear
please let the mems.
And then you see all the reactions of the members, and just close the door. I have this image now in my head. Oh boy.
Me too. Yeah, totally.
Oh man. All right.
All right.
Does anyone else wants to add to this topic before we go back on track, if we can?
Yes. If we can.
Nope.
I think everything has been said and more.
Okay then. Let's go to Senbatsu top 16.
Yay! Season 4. Let's go.
Oh boy, yeah. So we had to take a break after that because of an hour, but then we got into Senbatsu. Stomachs were filled, had more beer in me. I was drunk as hell.
Of course you were.
That footage will never be released unless a certain amount will happen.
Only if the people ask me very nicely.
Very nicely.
Yes, I'll be the first to ask, please.
Gino is the one who holds the footage.
Yep.
Yes, Gino, do it. Send it to me.
Okay.
I'll let it slip. I'll let some footage slip out there. You know, give it to Bushin because they'll. You know, anyway.
All right. Number 16 then. Yoshida Akari, NMB48 Team M with 35,540 votes, 61 jumps from last year. This is the YouTube girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the YouTube girl.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. So that was competition, YouTube. She has so many followers. It did help though. Her content is great. I hear. I'm gonna watch it thanks to this. This is an amazing spot for her, and she's very happy.
Yep, she did good. She did good, and she really utilized the new media to her advantage, I would say. So good to all the plus to her.
Okay, and then we have number 15, Takayani Akane. What most people predicted. She jumped up. Made Senbatsu very happy for her. Also very happy, you know, just the normal speeches. We got usually gradually back on track. You know, don't forget about number 20, what happened. Let's focus on this part.
Right.
Oh man, we're going. Yeah, go ahead.
Watching Juri, you know, up there again, just seeing her so happy in Senbatsu once more. Really nice. Again, she's another older SKE member, so for her and Oya to kind of reclaim, some spots deep in Sousenkyo was one of the few cheerful highlight moments of the evening. And Juri definitely deserves it because we don't know how long we're going to have her either. She's getting really up there age-wise in the idol world. So, and I have a feeling Juri just wants to be with her birds. So it was nice to see her, flying with us a little bit more. Excuse the bad pun. Anyways.
Tofu Wrestling helped as well, I think.
Yep.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
She had a very good character in Tofu Wrestling. I got very happy with this one. Number 14.
Yay!
Furuhata now.
It's about time.
Finally, indeed.
And she was so grateful too. She was so happy.
Perfect. Just I'm already pumped for this single just because she's
it's gonna be awesome. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can totally see if they do in the single like a little sax solo. I hope they utilize her.
Yeah, there has to be a saxophone solo. There has to be.
They need to, for sure.
Like a jazz version, like a jazz band.
I'd be down.
Blues band.
I'd be down.
Listen to that.
They did weirder stuff with Sashi, so
This is true. This is true.
So I wouldn't mind a jazz song.
Here's the thing, though. The thing with now that I'm really hoping is that we're gonna get another Gravier thing with her because she has a banging body, and I think it would be really nice for her to show off what God has given her, and she's a great character too, of course. But I mean, it comes out in her physical prowess. So let's hope for that. Yes, let's hope this helps.
Number 13, surprise, surprise, Honma Hinata from NGT.
Crazy.
Crazy. Sashi is doing. Kitaria is doing a great job at NGT. She is really doing a great job.
Yeah.
This girl, I really just admire. Just she was still standing. I would just be like, what is happening?
Right.
What is this? Why do I have 41,230 votes?
Yeah. Since I'm not really following NGT, can someone explain to me who this girl is? I'm dead serious.
We don't have the dedicated NGT guy here, of course.
Oh man.
And I watch NGT, and even I'm like, what did she do? What? Maybe with stages, I know her music is good. Maybe she sings well. She doesn't stand out to me like a Mahahon or an Ogino or a Minami. Nakai, I'm keeping it on. Even Yamada Noah stands out more for me. So I'm wondering, what did this girl do? And I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna click on her name right now. I'm gonna read. What is her special skill? Classic ballet, skiing. Hobbies: basking in the sun, watching, moving, running, and ballet.
What is ballet skiing?
Oh, classic ballet and skiing. It's like two things.
Oh, okay.
Ballet skiing, that'd be interesting. No, I think she's one of those girls that we see every year in Sousenkyo that pop up out of nowhere that Japanese fans are obviously well more clued in than any of us about. That I see this over and over again where it's like the cute girl in the corner that the fans start to like. And if you look at how much first of all, I think she's young. She's 16 or 17, I think. She's she's got that charm, that like youthfulness that we do see a lot of these types of girls in AKB out of nowhere just blow up. And also too, at this point, two things. One, boy, speaking of Yamada Noe, I heard her like every time NGT was that girl's voice, you could hear it was really good to hear her. Even though she wasn't called, which was really surprising, that she wasn't ranked. But also, I started thinking at this point, like, oh my God, is Ogi actually going to win? Because every time everybody's looking at Ogi, and Ogi got the Zen face on the entire time, and like, I started thinking as more and more people kept announcing, you even saw it on Kitahara's face. She was looking at Ogi like, oh my God, like you might actually be first because
that was the thing. She didn't. We were still not at 55,000 that she got on the day one previous. So
that's what I'm saying.
So you're still waiting. You're like, still not hearing 55,000. We're getting in Senbatsu.
Right.
And then you're getting worried, I'm just looking up right now, and you know what? It's Showroom again. It's got to be Showroom because that's all coming up for her. So barely she has Kami showrooms, and maybe also like a handshake event, and that's Showroom is so powerful. It's very every member
game changer.
Every member, if they put their hard work enough into it, they can be so popular, or start their YouTube series. you're living in an age where technology is so far. You don't need like this TV stations. You can do whatever you want. There's a whole new level on idols just alone on Showroom. But congrats. Hopefully she will stand out in the single itself. She now has the ball and she needs to run with it.
Yep.
Next one though. Very happy to see this one. Shiroma Miru finally as well.
Finally.
This girl deserves it. She really caught my eye in the recent years, and Tofu Wrestling helped a lot. I would say, even though she had that one annoying catchphrase. Her Twitter. I think I showed this to Gino ZX why I like her on Twitter. Yep. She has a way to take selfies that's just like lying next to you, and it's very mesmerizing with her eyes, like a very cutesy face. Her personality is great, and you know, in Teammate Canyon helps. This is, if Saine leaves, this is the successor. This is really the successor. Even though there's someone else, I believe, on NEB higher, I would say. Am I right? No.
No.
She is no one. Yeah.
No, you don't have any, but in terms of like maybe NMB's fan base, I don't think there's more. I mean, it's kind of ironic that Fuchan like said she couldn't participate to Sousenkyo because she couldn't be outside, and then look what happened. She actually could have participated this year. Then the reason I bring her up is because it would have been interesting to see where Fuchan ranked in relation to Shiroma, because I think Fuchan also has a pretty dedicated fan base within NMB. But it was really nice to see Miru rank. Again, I wasn't a big fan of hers before. I am now. I've seen some recent like photo shots with her and other members, and I mean this girl. Like that's the way
that recent Bubka.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it when I was in Japan. I saw it, and I'm just like, this girl, man, jeez. Yeah. So I'm happy. I mean, it's good to have a hottie in the group, and you know, she's clearly I don't know. I'm just happy she's there.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
I'm a little sad with this rank. I was really hoping she was a little higher, but I like it. Takahashi Juri.
Yep.
Again in the Senbatsu, and her speech. Thanks. Translated by Takahashi Juri fans. If I'm saying the Twitter right, let's give a right shout out. Takahashi. Team Juri, just Team Juri, of course.
Hail Juri.
Yeah.
Hail Juri.
You know. I'm just lost for words. So her speech was she's humble. She's like, you know, it's everybody says it's frustrating. I wanted higher. It's like fans gave you this support. You know what Yuka said. Every vote is love, and she really appreciated this time. She's like, I'm just so happy with this rank. Of course I want to get higher. Of course I want to be there. But what the fans gave me, I will support them. I will show my appreciation. That is fit for what you've done to me, and that's what it needs. She's like frustrated. Like a lot of members were like very selfish, but you know you didn't do well. It's hard to say this. The fans put you in this place, and you need to remember that. Yep. That's what a lot of members are forgetting. Oh, I need to be Kami 7. Well, ask your fans.
That's the fans.
Those are the ones that can get you there, and that's what she said in the speech. It's a wonderful speech though on that side.
Yep. When I saw Juri's face, I thought, like, you know, she looked really depressed. Like, oh my God, like, I didn't get where I thought. Like, I think maybe she thought she was actually going to be higher for a moment. But yeah, her speech was really humbling, and it also kind of made me feel like this is what we should be seeing tonight. You know, not marriage announcement.
Yeah, she was mad about that. That's why she got the face.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Oh my God, yeah. I think then I started to think like that's probably why, because she was thinking, you know, this should be about the fans tonight. This should be about what the fans did for us, not about what we wanted to do for ourselves. And I think Juri, you know, Juri's by far not perfect. No one is, but I thought what her speech was pretty darn close to perfection. Yeah. So I give Juri actually the vote for one of the best speeches of the night. I don't know about you guys, but
I'll give it to someone later though.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I know exactly what you're gonna say. I agree, but yes.
Yeah, next one. Kitara Ria, she's in again.
Yep.
She went up a few spots. The NGT mother.
The mother of MGT.
Yeah. Happy for her. She's happy too. Very humble. I like the trend where we're going. There's like very humble speeches. This Senbatsu looks great because they are like very hardworking people.
Awesome girl.
Awesome. Just awesome.
Then we get to number 9, and I was a little bit sad. I'm happy, but I'm sad.
He says a little.
A little.
You saw.
Forget he was completely drunk.
You all saw the video. I was like, I was upset. I wanted to see her in Kami 7. We were so certain she was Kami 7 bound, and she didn't make it. So what does it say? Did we fail her? Did we do it? I think this is just a whole weird situation. What happened? And I think she's still Kami 7 in my heart. And next year will be better than for her. But yeah, 9th, good position. Just want to see her in Kami 7.
I was really shocked that she got 9th. Honestly, I didn't think even for a second she would have been Kami 7. In fact, I think everybody thought she was going to be even deeper than just 7th. Like maybe she'd be 6th, 5th, 4th, even not 4th, but 6 or 5 for sure.
Yeah.
I was not expecting who came after her or, who came after that girl to be anywhere near close to where Nachan ended up ranking. But at the same time, again, this whole Sousenkyo felt off. This was one of the things that felt really off to me. Nachan had... I want to say, for the record, she had the most momentum of anyone all year.
Yeah,
in
best
terms
year.
of everything that happened. She had the best freaking year possible, and that was only good enough for 9th. That blew me away. And I'll say this: I hope it doesn't affect Nachan. I hope she doesn't look at it as a failure. She did go up quite a few spots, but I think if she stays in AKB, which hopefully she doesn't want to graduate or anything like that.
No, she's fine.
She's gonna be the center someday. Center of Sokentoku, if Juri doesn't end up being... I would love to see an AKB in a few years where Juri's the Sokentoku and Nachan's the center. And considering what happened on the Sousenkyo and considering who's not participating anymore, it's very possible that could be a scenario we'll see in the next few years. But Nachan needs to look at this not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone to that next spot. Because think about it, Nachan's ranking has gone up and up and up. She's following the Sashi trajectory.
Yep. Yeah. 1 year behind, though, with the trajectory.
1 year behind, correct.
Because Sashi wasn't this year a number 1. So,
right.
She's getting there.
True. But she's getting there. So,
Let me
props
just,
to Nachan.
her speech is translated by Okada Nana fans, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I won't say the whole speech, but things that noticed me. I really had a strong feeling that as our generation turned the shoulder to AKB for the group, but the way it is now, I feel that we won't have a bright future ahead of us. The current AKB48 group, there are a lot of members who cause trouble and involved in scandal and become news or topics. I'm fine with it. It would be boring if every of us is being serious. I really think this is fine, but I really had no intention to follow their step. I believe that I can reach the top of AKB even being a serious person as I am now. So yeah, it's like, she's like... These little kids, it's fine, the group would be boring, but I want to be the idol. So like Yukirin or like Maida Atsuko, she wants to be the one that's representing AKB, not being by scandals and weird news items. So and that's why I follow her. Her seriousness is showing. Being captain of STU, being vice captain, being admired by so many members, being followed by their peers. This is exactly the opposite of Ridipon.
Yeah,
I would say. Both have a serious note on working hard, but it really goes to another level compared to Ridipon, if I would say.
Did you see all the STU members crying when she was...
Oh, that was so sweet.
Did that not kill you? Like, I was like, because it just... They already love her. What does that say about Nachan?
Yeah.
Seriously.
They didn't even... STU members were like, I don't want to see ranked. I want to see Nachan ranked.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
She's the Ryutan of STU48. Yep. And you know what? Nachan is only going to go up. So, and I'm glad she gave that speech because she put everything into perspective in only the way the Majime girl could do. I'm so proud of her for that. I'm glad
she'll get her center spot. She'll have a single where she'll be the center.
She will.
And I'm gonna buy the hell out of that song.
Go Nachan. Nura, by the way, in the chats, Robin was just devastated because she was so upset. I don't think she could even talk at this point because she was like, "This whole Sousenkyo, like, just what the f,"
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I want to talk to her about that. Let's discuss.
She wants to talk. Yeah.
So yeah, then number 8, and I was like, why is she number 8? Why not so close? Nachan, really? She beat Nachan, really? But okay. Soda Sarina from SKE48 Team K2 with 52,475 votes. That's a lot more than Nachan, sadly.
5,000 more.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of
yeah,
CDs.
about.
22 spots up from last year. Can anyone tell me about this girl? Why she's great?
Everything you will say now will be wrong.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. No, okay, but seriously, does anyone can tell me about this girl?
Okay, so first of all, she's, you know, I believe she's a little bit on the older side, but she has amazing showrooms apparently. She is, I guess, a very good handshaker. You know, those two things obviously have been game changers, especially showroom. Obviously, we've seen that all throughout the Sousenkyo this year. But here's what I don't get about her. I just don't see the appeal. I know we have a lot of fans that say, no, Soda's, you know, she's amazing. She's Kami. Okay, that's cool. I really want to see it. I checked her out. Some stuff I saw, I was thinking, yeah, okay, she's cool, she's cute. But I just can't. I don't know. She doesn't do anything for me. And here's the thing. In the chat, we were all thinking like, okay, how many spots are left? We were naming the girls, and we're like, who's the mystery girl? Like,
you should have seen Gina. Oh, you should have seen Gina and Robin. Oh, they were like,
what they do?
It's the wheels in our heads were turning. Like,
During
who
our
is
break,
this
we were
spot?
talking. We were missing.
Who is this spot?
I couldn't come up with it. It's like, nope, not working out. It's like error.
At one point, I even said to them like, we're just gonna stop. This is a prank that only Japanese people will know, and everyone voting outside of Japan doesn't have an understanding. It's Oshima Yuko. She's back. End of discussion.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like I was thinking at one point, I'm thinking, is Serena? Did all of Thailand vote for her? Like, I was thinking, like, or Oya or Tano. Like, is it possible they could have the dream? But then, or Chori, for crying out loud. Like, I was thinking, did Chori? You know, Chori's had a good year, kind of. Like, I was just thinking, like who is it? And then I was like, oh, duh, Soda. But it just blew me away that she beat Nachan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, this is Sousenkyo, man. But congrats to, again, SKE fans just crushing it.
Yeah.
This whole Sousenkyo. Yep. I mean, amazing. Like, Nagoya represent.
All right, next one. Take it away, Gino.
Yes, Gino, please. I'm dying to hear your response.
My response is I will keep it short. And my neighbors are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh, here we go.
Kami 7!
There you go.
A little bit of yo in there.
Yep.
Kami 7.
You're happy, right?
I am so happy. I am so happy.
Yeah. So was she.
So happy.
Yeah, so is she. Her reaction with Yukidin on the showroom was amazing. They were just jumping around like little schoolgirls. I was like,
look at this! Look at this!
Look at this! Exactly. And no, this is I was telling everyone, you know, she's gonna be Kami 7 this year. She will make top 7.
You did.
And she did.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
So
you called it.
She's gonna fulfill her promise that she made.
2 shots.
Yay!
Yep.
Next one up though.
Well, hold on. I want to say something real quick about Yuhan. I just want to say something really super quick. I just think after watching her, you know, live sing and just her whole year, this is a real tribute to the Soukentoku, you know, having a very rough year as far as like stuff happening in the group. But honestly, Gino, when I saw this, the first thing I thought of was like, this is the power of fandom. That Yuihan, no one probably even would have thought she would make Kami 7, and she beat out a lot of members, and she did it the right way. And if you notice, she's up, like 4 spots from last year. And I feel like, honestly, Gino, next year, she's going to get even deeper, I think.
10,000 more votes than Nachan.
Yeah, I'm calling it, man. I'm just saying it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, but, so... Speaking of the fulfillment then, that she's going to do, the one who's not going to do it, sadly, 1 spot...
one spot off.
1 spot.
Suda Akari from SKE48 with 63,124 votes.
What did Dasu say she was going to do? I missed that.
She was going to share her phone number.
Really?
I am so pissed at this because I really wanted to send her a text message. Just some random stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care if that number would have been gone within a day. That she was like, oh yeah, I got a new number. It was just randomly spam her with stuff.
That would be so amazing. Maybe
so
she'll
funny.
do it later, but she's like, now, phew, 6, fine, I'm happy. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh man, so close.
Good for her. And, she came back. That horrible year that she dropped 10 spots below, and now she's back where she belongs.
Well, she also broke her tradition of going up and down and up and down. She went up this year, so that's 2 ups in a row. Go Dasu, we love you. And by the way, she looked beautiful on stage. She looked the best she's ever looked. I think age has done her very well. So very proud of Dasu. Again, SKE represent.
Next one finally came up because we passed the 55,000 mark with the end vote of 73,368, up by 90 positions.
Yeah.
Yuka.
Yep. Oh. Couldn't be more happy for her, man. Couldn't be more happy.
She lost it when she gets to Yukari. She's like, Yukari, sad.
Yep.
But this is the speech of the night, because thanks again to Good Enough
By
Subs
far.
who did the speeches. I didn't know that this. Well, I knew she did the audition before, but she tried for 4 years to get into AKB and fail. Then she try again in the drafting, and that's not being appointed by AKS. That's being chosen by members, by Kitare, Yukirin, and then NGT's manager, and she got in. But she's like, I want to be in AKB, not NGT. So she was like, I'm happy but frustrated. She is moved to Niigata when she was 17 years old and leaving everything behind to, chase this dream she's been already doing for like 4 or 5 years. And she didn't, the words from Takamina, hard work gets rewarded. She didn't believe them anymore. She had her catchphrase changed, it's like, Hekotare nai, I'm trying to say. So what is that catchphrase in English? It's more like you just need to keep trying. I would say just never. It was a never give up. I would say.
When at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
Yeah.
Keep
trying, more like that. But in Japanese like phrase. And she killed it. I would say she had a rough start at first, but she has a character. She stood out. She was like the hardworking, fun type. Doesn't have like the perfect voice, but singing wise, very good. And then again, Showroom. This one is just amazing. We all share the Showrooms, how crazy she is, but she has character. She gives so much for the fans. She gives so much back. Again, opposite to Riripon right now, she is one that's so dedicated to this idol life, and she got rewarded finally. The fans acknowledge her as an idol, and that's what her dream is. She was so happy, just insanity right now. And number 5. At first I was like, really, you're putting her in there? But as I'm hearing, it's like, yes, there is sometimes this miracle that is there an idol. And now again, she has the ball, go run with it. Show them that you are an idol. You've reached the goal, now keep it. Keep the home field advantage, I would say.
There's only one thing that does surprise me though, because we all know she got the number 1 spot on day 1 with 55,000 votes. And she ended up at number 5 with 72. You said 73,000 votes. Her initial push was huge. It's insane. But I do wonder why the rest of we could vote for like 3 weeks, right? 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
What happened in those 2 weeks that the amount she got was only like 17,000 more?
Well, see,
after the initial tsunami.
I called that though because I knew that was going to happen because I think it was the NGT's fan strategy to push all these crazy NGT members up right away, but then again they couldn't keep that momentum going over the next couple weeks because again, all the Sashi and Mayu fans were like, "Oh really? Oh that's cute. That's cute. Really cute. Yeah. Wait till we get our warehouses set up and start day in and day out." So Ogi doesn't have those kind of fans yet. But I'm telling you, she's now part of the conversation when we come to talking about big A-list members. She is an instant A-lister now. Think about that. She will forever be known for, number one, the prelims, crushing everyone, and stealing poor Matsuya Jurina's first ever ranking of first. The girl. But then, two, she has kind of vaulted herself into this idea that, look, I'm Miss Nobody, now I'm Miss Somebody. Even though the NGT fans all knew she was somebody, and everybody knows her story in NGT, I didn't know who she really was. I mean, yeah, I knew she was like super hot, but I didn't know that she had this whole story behind her. When she gave that speech, it really kind of re-emphasized this wonderful past she's taken to where she is. But now, every year after this point, every single, we're gonna see Ogi in it. And I think that's the takeaway here. Not 5th place. 5th is cool, but I think for her, this is going to have far-lasting implications. Namely, she's going to be in every single.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what?
Absolutely.
I'm happy to have her in there.
Yep.
She's awesome eye candy, but she's also a good person. She's super humble, and she's also just exactly the kind of idol I want. I don't know. Can she sing? Does anybody ever actually listen to her sing?
She can actually sing. Her voice is weird when she talks, but she can definitely sing.
That's why I was asking, because she has this kind of a interesting voice, I guess I'll say, when she speaks. But I'll tell you this, I'm all for it. I hate to jump on the bandwagon, but I'm all about it, Ogi. And I'm happy to see a new member join the talk. Maybe she'll be the next Mayu or Jurina in the next 4 or 5 years. That we'll think, oh, AKB, oh, Ogi. Just like when we think, oh, AKB, we think Mayu and Jurina and Sashi. She'll be that girl. So let's hope NGT fans can keep it going. And also, congrats to Ogi. That's amazing. Fifth spot out of nowhere, 90 positions. You go, girl.
You should have seen that line. You should have seen that line. It was almost straight up. Like, what?
Yep.
Okay, we reached the top 4. I think we're gonna go fairly quick to these last 4 because they were most predictable. We're already reaching our 2nd hour. Miyawaki Sakura, number 4. Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Right.
It's fine though. It's fine.
No, it was to be expected.
Yeah.
I like the position. Her speech also. She's learning. She's getting more humble. Accepting the fact I can't beat those other people. It's their last Sousenkyo. Next year's battle, I'm gonna face against.
Next year she's a serious contender for the top spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then they will fight. They will actually fight on this side. Yeah, number 3. Sadly, though, we really wanted it. It's not possible. She very held it. Matsuya Jurina with 113,000 votes. She was very humble. I'm using the word a lot. Showroom though, she did later. She burst out in tears. Then it was exhausting. It's like, why can't I beat them? What's wrong with me to compare to those? Why can't I beat my senpais in this situation? I've been trying so hard, fans are trying so hard, but we just can't beat them. And she really wants to battle them again, even though that won't happen.
I loved her speech. I love that she talked about being a little girl in AKB and now she's an adult, and she spent her whole life in AKB at this point. I mean, like a third of her life or something. And I loved when she called Sashi. I was like, I want to beat the best. Basically, I want to be able to say I beat you, because then it means something. I will say this: next year will be interesting because Sakura-tan and Jurina, and if Sayane decides to join, it's going to be a bloodbath. Especially
maybe Nachon as well.
Maybe Nachon. Nachon. Yeah, you can't forget her.
I'm calling it next year. Jurina number 1. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think it wasn't her time, although I was dead certain she was going to win. I just felt like it was SK's whole night. This whole Sousenkyo felt like SK's night, just considering who jumped in. That there was an NGT's, but third place. It's what pretty much everybody expected except me. I swear. But I would say there's next year, and I
loved when Sashi had her speech as well. It's like, hey, just remember, next year there's another HKT member who will be a contender.
Oh, that's right.
I love that speech because those two will fight. Those will be the next Mayu Sashi battles.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wanted it so bad for her to be number 1, Jurina, because it would have been amazing if she could beat those two, and it would have been such a sweet victory. Like I said, next year I'm saying she will be number 1, hands down. But I don't think the victory will be as sweet if she had beaten.
The only way I would say there would be a victory beating Sashi if she can beat the vote count at the end. like the new record of most
good
votes.
point,
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, if she ends up with like 270,000, we don't account for like inflation of like fans that join AKB this year, which I don't know, we might see a mass exodus of fans after everything Mrs.
Yep.
Sousenkyo.
Oh.
I would say Matsui then could still say, okay, you know, I actually am better because I got the best vote count ever. So that's a really good point. I didn't even think of. Thank you for bringing it up, because then to me it will feel like a sweet victory, even if Sashi and Mayu aren't there. So very good point, actually. I didn't even think of that.
And then number 2 with 149,132 votes, Watanabe Mayu. I'm gonna let you guys talk first because I am the only one I think that has a different opinion on this side. So who wants to take it away first?
DX, take it away.
Yeah, Mayu. I really hoped she would beat Sasha Arena because, well, it's getting really before this whole mess. If you're not taking into account this whole mess with the whole cancellation of the concerts and such, I was really hoping for Mayu to win because she would have broken the wall that is called Sasha Arena. So, yeah, kind of sad that she couldn't beat it. And then the announcement, ouch. It was expected though, but it still hurts, man. It really hurts.
Gino?
It's the end of an era.
Yeah,
To be
pretty
honest,
much.
you know, it's I myself didn't see coming that she would announce her graduation at this point, because she announced her graduation. She didn't say when she was gonna be when she's gonna stop, right? So maybe it will take another year, like it did with Takamina, but yeah, it's the end. It's the end of an era. That's all I have to say.
I was so emotionally exhausted at this point that like when she announced it, even though again I've said it over and over again, I'm not a big Mayu fan, I cried because I was just thinking like, there goes my AKB. AKB without Mayu, like it's just weird to even consider. And also too, I kept wondering, would she have announced graduation had she won first? Because it almost felt like she
yes.
didn't. Oh, you think so? Interesting.
Yeah, you know, quit while you're on top.
That would have been okay, I guess. I could agree with that logic, sure. I just think though she announced it so like it was like yeah, I'm done, and maybe it wouldn't have mattered if she'd gotten first or not, like you're saying. But then I started thinking like, okay, so but what does this actually mean? Is she gonna graduate in a year? Like, are they gonna try to plan some huge event? I mean, you know, she's gonna get a massive send off.
Yeah.
And I might even even though again I'm not the biggest Mayu fan, I probably will try to go to that because I need like a big AKB concert, but it's just so sad and like I really
this send off better be in September.
Please let it be in September so we can all go.
That's very very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's my takeaway. It's an end of an era, like you said. It's sad to see Mayu leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just depressing beyond words.
First of all, Mayu is amazing, you know, hard worker. She did it for everything. Although I mentioned it quite multiple times on the show, I think it was worth time now, Mayu featuring AKB48 and no longer being in AKB48. So I had the feeling it wouldn't be that weird if you just leave. You know, Sousenkyo started, she came out on stage, you know, with the names, and the first thing I said, leave. It's just like, and then when she made the announcement, I think I said it before she even was going there. It's like saying, "Watashi Matamayu AKB48 Sotsugomas," and then she said it like a few seconds later. I was like, well, there you go. So I didn't feel anything with it. I'm like, okay, good for you. Thanks for your hard work. Let's focus on the new. Let's focus on new AKB or current AKB, because you are from the golden era, as we mentioned, and we are right now in the silver era. You know, the crazy stuff happening right now. Yukarine's reaction when she announced it, I think she knew.
Yeah.
She was still, you know, crying, shaking with her hands, and it's like, I don't know what she's going to do. I always expected they were both going to announce at the same time, since they're so close to each other. Maybe she will. Maybe next week we'll hear, oh yeah, I'm also done. Who knows? But I would say Mayu, it was a huge impact for AKB48. You know, Kami 7 since whenever Sousenkyo started.
Yep.
Doing lots of activities, being that, you know, cyber idol turning into the funny idol.
She was the only one ever, right, to be always in Kami 7.
Yep.
Yeah, the only one.
The only one.
What does that say about her?
It's just amazing person. Yeah. Then we moved on to the predictable parts. This also didn't affect me that much with the vote count. It was more than last year, but it
Not by
didn't.
much.
Yeah, so 246,000. This girl is unbeatable.
Yep.
Sashi Arino is on a whole another level. This is just crazy. Go ahead, Derek.
I was just gonna say congrats to Sashi for a three-peat. That's a ridiculous accomplishment within AKB, but it's a testimony to how hardworking Sashi is. She is the embodiment of what Takamina has always said, that hard work will be rewarded. Sashi is the literal definition of that. She's a girl who took a scandal and properly turned it on its head in a way that didn't embarrass AKB to the point where we're at now, I guess, with AKB with
her
Suto's thing.
Yeah, her mood at that night was changing because after the announcement, she was like, "Yay, I won, still happy," but she came on stage, and I believe that because of time, she was forced to do her speech already. She's like, "Where's my mantle and where's my trophy? Then I'm gonna talk."
Right.
And then she went off a tangent like, "We need to fix this because I'm afraid AKB fans will leave. We failed them with the Okinawa failure. We failed them now with this scandal announcement. Don't abandon AKB48." That was her cry for help because she's like, Mayu is now leaving. This is my last Sousenkyo. She thinks AKB is in trouble, and personally, I don't think so. I think it will only grow because this is maybe you'll lose some Golden Age members, but of fans, but you'll get a lot of new Silver Age fans. This will be a fine AKB eventually. But I mean, she was worried and pissed off as well.
I think when you have girls like Ogi entering, the fresh, beautiful face out of the blue, you have girls like Shirobamiru who jumped in, for NMB. You have all these girls with the different teams representing hard. You got a Rikopi center, for crying out loud. There are some definitely wonderful moments from the Sousenkyo, although they're few and far between. But Sashi's right. There is a part that does feel like there's an urgency that AKB needs to fix itself. I think, though, that needs to come more on the management end, not on the girls' end. I was glad that Sashi called out management, that morning, and she said, what is up? Like why did, we failed? Why couldn't management be smart and not, put a Sousenkyo on a beach in the middle of typhoon season? I'm just saying. But it's just Sashi is such a hard worker that I actually, even though it would have been nice to have a different center, we all kind of wanted it, especially Matsuri Drina. If that was her, it would have been great. At the same time, Sashi's business as usual. We know that if anything, Sashi will probably do something with her power, her clout within the J industry to the entertainment industry in order to propel AKB forward for yet another year. So that's a good thing. That's probably the best thing to take away from her being the victor. And again, to all the Sashi fans who gave her the whopping 250 count. I mean, I was expecting 500,000. I'll take 250,000. That's cool. But it's just, I'm just kind of blown away still even. I mean, yeah, it wasn't by much, so I guess maybe it wasn't that ridiculous. But she was still shocked. And again, it's a really good power and testimony. If anyone thinks AKB is really in trouble, look at that vote count. I mean, there's still somebody that cares. Yeah. Maybe it's one rich fan. Maybe it's a bunch. Maybe it's actually a lot of people that really genuinely love Sashi. But the point is, AKB is going to be fine. Sashi's leading the way. Hopefully we'll get another Love Trip style single that's actually better than Love Trip. And we have a great Senbatsu to back her up with that. I just
fun coupling
I don't know.
songs.
Fun coupling songs.
Oh, coupling songs are going to be amazing. They're going to be great.
I can't wait. I can't
wait. But here's the thing. This Sousenkyo was overshadowed by a lot of sadness, Mayu's graduation being the biggest one, Suto Ririka's announcement the other, and many other things. But there's also the happiness of the fact we got Sashi on top. Yeah. So, I mean, congrats. Congrats to Sashi for her win.
All right. Well, we're over the time, so we're going to wrap things up. Well, this was Sousenkyo, the biggest event of the year. Now we're going to move forward and see what AKB will form into their new year. Definitely next week, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have the Reapon case, of course. We're going to see the formation of the new units, the new style. It's going to be a little bit back to usual business, but this is going to take
crazy.
a while. Yeah, it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. as always, just follow us on Twitter at RaceBolly at
Can I
DXTakamina.
can I say one more thing before we
All right, yeah, go
end the
ahead.
show?
Go ahead.
Because even though this was a crazy Sousenkyo, I do want to give a shout out to one member we didn't see in the rankings, and that was of course Nozawa Arena. I really had hoped she would have ranked this year, and sadly she didn't. So we didn't forget about you.
No, I think I'm gonna be next week. We're gonna do maybe an appreciation to unranked members.
Oh, good one. That's good. I like that. Yes,
let's talk about and indeed like Nozawa Arena. You're still special in my heart, international fans as well. Not just because you speak English. You are just an amazing person, and I really would have seen you ranked. We're just gonna continue forward, stay with the group, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
But we're gonna wrap up. So again, follow us on Twitter at RaceBolly at DXTakamina. Go to the site Vasconi.com for all the blog posts he's making, all the stories he's getting. Yep. Yeah, that is there on the glass. It's amazing.
The glasses, amazing.
You can send us also an email at podcast48talk@gmail.com. If you have more talks about Sousenkyo, just put them in the comments. Put an email. We'll read them and we'll discuss later. I think we were not even done totally with talking about Sousenkyo.
Nope.
For the following weeks. But again, thank you for watching.
Yep.
And I would say see you next time, because it's going to be a crazy, crazy year.
Yep.
Exactly.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.